All right, guys, we are live. LSU spring game is over. TigerBait live post-game show brought to you by the Schmolke Investment team. We're going to do one of these old-fashioned walk to the cars, and we'll see if we can figure out how to get out of Tiger Stadium. But spring game ends in a tie, and I think a lot of LSU fans are excited about what they saw out of both quarterbacks. The Nussmeier people are going to be excited about what they saw from Garrett. And Jaden Daniels' stat line was as impressive as it gets. Some circus catches from Kyron Lacey, Whit Weeks with a pick six, and still have some questions at corner. But LaTerrence Welch, the guy who we've been talking about, where's he been, and hadn't heard his name dropped by Brian Kelly, has a superb spring game. So what does that mean for him going forward? But I still think corner is going to be a question for LSU.
Yeah, and I think before you even get to the defense, your number one takeaway is how good those quarterbacks looked. So Jaden Daniels, 10 of 11, 168 yards. Every radio show I talked to leading up to spring, everybody wanted to know, is there an actual quarterback competition? Because last time we saw him, Nussmeier was given the third drive, and he got some substantial reps. What I see, I think that question's all but sealed at this point. I think Jaden Daniels is your guy. Brian Kelly came out in the post game, and he said, we think he's competing to be the best quarterback in the country, right? And his stats looks like it today. First pass goes 70 yards to Kyron Lacey on a Sports Center top 10 grab. I don't know if Sports Center does spring games or not, but that was very impressive on Kyron Lacey, who had an awful spring game a year ago. He turned it around big time.
What a grab.
Yeah, I mean, it looked really good. And so 10 out of 11. The other thing is he pushed the ball downfield, 17 yards per completion. He wasn't doing checkdowns. Additionally, he was not just taking off and running the ball like we saw a lot. He was being patient, looking upfield, pushing the ball downfield. And that's you don't get much out of a spring game, but everything you were looking to see out of Jaden Daniels, you got today, right?
Yeah, I thought he looked fantastic for what they wanted to do, keeping it pretty basic. But you had some wide receivers that obviously had strong days. Lacey, Brian Thomas, Neighbors. I mean, they all did some really nice things today.
I think your top three receivers are set in stone. What do you think?
Yeah, but Ibieta also looked pretty good.
Yeah, he did.
And
Chris Hilton got a couple looks too. He dropped the deep ball from Nussmeier.
And the whole thing with Hilton is, the speed, the athleticism. Is he ever going to be a track guy who becomes a football player? And can he avoid the injury bug?
I think Chris Hilton will be a good player before he leaves. Hey, look, there's Ricky Collins right there.
Yep.
I think he will be a good player before he leaves, but he's just going to need some time to sit behind these guys. I think right now, your top three, who you're looking at, you're talking about Brian Thomas, Malik Neighbors, who's your number one by a wide margin. And then you've got Kyron Lacey, who looked very good. Those are going to be your three receivers. Don't be surprised if those three put up big numbers this fall. We didn't see much out of the running back game. It was very obvious they knew they only had two scholarship backs out there. So Trey Holly was your leading carrier with 8 carries for 26 yards. Nothing special. I wouldn't freak out yet. You didn't have very many offensive linemen. You didn't have running backs, so they turned the ball to pass the ball a lot. We only saw 59 plays, I believe, today.
Schmolke Investment team, of course, sponsors this report. We're going to talk about them a little bit later in this walk to the car post game. And we thank Bart and Brian Schmolke for sponsoring all of our spring football coverage at TigerBait.com. Of course, Buddy Sanji with me a good part of the way. Preston's been with me now on several of these. And by the way, if you're enjoying this, please hit the like button. And again, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. Let's walk. It's time to cross the street.
Yeah, appreciate y'all. 20,000 subscribers, Mike.
Over 20. We're heading to 21,000.
Oh, yeah.
Our YouTube channel is unbelievably blowing up, and it's thanks to all you guys.
Well, now if we get hit by a car in this intersection, we've got 20,000 people able to watch that, huh?
Yeah, Ricky Collins is crossing the street in front of us.
Yeah.
Preston got off the question. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I talked to Brian Kelly in the postgame about Ricky Collins. I asked him what was the thought process behind putting him at, quarterbacks get these red no-touch jerseys, right? Well, Ricky, he put him in a white jersey. I was just curious as to whether or not.
We were joking on the sideline that maybe it was like some freshman hazing thing.
Well, my thought was that maybe his athleticism had shown a lot during spring, and they really wanted to see that. But Brian Kelly, his answer was, well, we do that with young quarterbacks because we want to give them an opportunity to stretch out plays, whereas veteran guys, might come a little more automatically, and they just wanted to keep them comfortable. He threw an interception for a touchdown today, but he certainly flashed some athleticism. He's right there. I don't want to talk too bad about him.
Well, absolutely. Ricky Collins is the only quarterback that needs an ice bath.
He just laughed at that comment. But, he showed some athleticism running the ball, 5 carries for 19 yards. I mean, he's got the frame, man. He does look the part. I just think
Ricky, what are you weighing right now? 222? 202.
There he is. There's the man, Ricky Collins, 202 walking by. But yeah, I mean, frame-wise, he looks the part, man. He's tall.
Yep.
He's physical. I think it'll come. He just needs some reps, right?
Absolutely. I'll tell you what, I think Brian Kelly was absolutely very, very much. Oh, look at this guy.
All right, go time.
More spring game. Go to live show.
What's up? All right, what's going on?
There's Jacoby and Giller. He had a good day.
So they don't want to run the ball on that side.
No, they didn't. They didn't.
All right.
All right, there you go. Jacoby and Guillory says the reason they didn't run the ball was because of him. You heard it first.
There you go.
That's fun. We got 2 LSU player cameos today.
We didn't. There was no post-game player interviews, so we got 2 of them on the way to the car.
TigerBait is the only organization with player interviews today.
Yeah, there you go.
So there you go. Great little post-game walk here. We might get hit by a car, but we got your exclusive interview, so that's all right. But yeah, like Jacobian said, they didn't run the ball up the middle very much today. I think that's
well, I tell you what about what Kelly had to say about
John Emery
framing us up?
Well, no, not really. But,
Yeah.
I'm trying not to get hit by a train. This is that train tracks Brian Kelly almost got hit by.
Noah Kane. He was really high on Noah Kane and what he's done this spring, and how he's not chopping, and he's not hesitant, and he's keeping his pad level low. He seemed very enthusiastic about the progress of Noah Kane. So I like a little bit of what I saw at Trey Holly today. I thought they did okay, but again, you had a real thin offensive line. He was going with the 2s, and I keep wondering what Trey Holly's gonna look like with an opportunity with the 1s. But that room, when Josh Williams gets back and Armani Goodwin,
oh yeah, they'll be fine.
Now, he did say John Emery's still up in the air. He's got some academic work to.
But he said he has the opportunity to return. They've laid it out in front of him. He can come back. We'll see. At this point, I'm not relying on any reps from John Emery, but, you hope for the best for these kind of guys.
Yep. Oh, so I'm going to put this up, and we're going to stand right here.
All right. So, defensively, you got a sack from Braden Swinson. That was really good to see. You got a sack from Jackson Howard, the freshman. Both those guys look good. And then the true freshman, Whit Weeks, got a pick 6. So some guys on defense look good today, too.
Absolutely. And, guys, of course, this is brought to you by the Schmolke Investment Team. Overwhelmed by all the news and social media, but in today's world, it's hard to know what the real facts are. Difficult to sift through all the information at your fingertips. That's where the Schmolke Investment Team comes in. They will help you manage your money and make the decisions best suited for you and your family. No matter what your life situation is at the moment, getting married, starting a family, changing jobs, children going off to college or retiring, they are there to support you in making the best investment decisions for your individual situation. When you invest your money with the Schmolke Investment Team, you get over 40 years of investment experience to give you the confidence to make those all-important decisions. Let Brian or Bart Schmolke help you pursue the future that you want. Call them at 318-448-3201. That's 318-448-3201. Securities and advisory services offered through LPL Financial, a registered investment advisor, member FINRA/SIPC. I was just going through this again. You look at the offensive statistics. Nussmeier with a 5 for 8 and 139 yards, no picks, both of them. Both of them had a long of 70. Nussmeier got sacked twice. That's
Do you think LSU could have the best backup quarterback in the SEC?
I think that. I don't know how far-fetched of a statement that would be.
I don't think it's very far-fetched at all. I mean, you got Max Johnson, who's looking like he'll be a backup next year. Maybe the Ole Miss guy, because you got two guys who started a bunch of games. But I'll tell you what, it's surreal looking up today. Saban at the halftime of his spring game today, he was pissed off because his quarterbacks had thrown 3 interceptions. So people are saying, I'm hearing from Bama media, Alabama has no starter quarterbacks because they're not happy with Jalen Milroe over there. And LSU's got 2. That's not LSU media saying that. So I don't know. Look, I mean,
we're recording this live right now, and before we went live, we were checking to see. McBride from Denham Springs is going down any minute. His commitment announcement. Of course, they've got.
Yeah, y'all see that? Let us know. Huh?
Yeah, they got a picnic and everything. But safe to say he's going to be an LSU Tiger, and he's a big-time 4-star safety. Which is a need position. You can't have enough corners and safeties, and Louisiana, again, is going to have some really, really good ones. And this LSU coaching staff, Coach Steeples and Coach Cooks are on some really good ones regionally and nationally as well. But he's going to be a really nice addition. So be looking for his commitment any minute now. And we'll have that for you on TigerBait.com, and some extended coverage on him, hopefully in the next 48 hours. A lot of times when a kid commits on a Saturday, it kind of falls into the news cycle. We got LSU baseball going on right now as well. So, see anything else you needed to add?
Well, someone asked about Mason Smith not being out there with the defense. Yeah, this defensive line is going to get better when they get all their guys back, guys. I mean, Quincy Wiggins, that's a guy I've really got my eyes on. Do we have a case of looks like Tarzan, plays like Jane? This is going to be a big year to see that, right?
No, but he's
going to be expected to play and produce.
Yeah, but he's still in that realm where he's a redshirt freshman.
Right.
He came in injured last year, and he's also a guy. Don't forget that did not play organized football until his junior year.
Yeah.
So he's still learning the game, but he's another one of those tall, athletic, lanky guys that raw talent. Like Savion Jones.
Yeah, they look alike.
That needs 2 or 3 years, I think, in a program.
Well, we're certainly going to see a big year out of Savion Jones. I don't think anybody's questioning that. I mean, he looks like he's going to have a breakout year in a big way. Mason Smith, when he comes back, you know he's going to be a monster this year. So it was nice to see some of the depth, like guys like OG Agofu and Braden Swinson doing their thing. Yeah, man, dude, my arm is whoo. It is tougher than it looks, y'all.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh, man, that's a great angle.
There you go.
Roll with that.
Let's see what else we got. I wish I could see some of the comments, guys, but we got the sun beaming down on the screen, and we're using the cell phone today. Hit the like button. If you're enjoying this post-game report, post-spring game report, hit that like button, share. And also, as you can see already on the channel, we got Brian Kelly's post-game press conference. That's been up for a while. Brian Lazar's got his instant analysis up on TigerBait.com. Go there and subscribe. We're going to have the McBride coverage, and we're reaching out to all the recruits that are on campus, and the list was impressive. Everybody had lists that we all put out, but there were more kids there than all of our lists had, and I think we're going to be sifting through and discover names that kids that actually show up. Colin Simmons.
How big of a deal is it that he gets on
Colin
campus?
Simmons coming again? That's absolutely huge. You're talking about one of the top defensive ends nationally. That kid just continues to come back to LSU. So big recruiting weekend, which is, really a lot of what these spring games are. It's you had to say, what's the importance of a spring game? I'm going to put about 60% on recruiting. I mean, as we're sitting here in the parking lot across from the football operations building, we're seeing golf cart after golf cart, just ushering recruits and their parents and family all around on tours, and beautiful weather. And it's a great day to host a bunch of recruits and their families.
Yeah, I definitely agree on that. Look, somebody's honking at our show here. Look, so it was fun for me going down on the sideline. You know who the biggest star on the sideline by the time I got there was? It wasn't Joe Burrow. He was gone. Angel Reese. Angel Reese is getting a lot of love, including I saw Colin Simmons asking for a picture with her. I think he enjoyed that. I think that women's basketball is kind of they're elevating their program. That's for sure, man. There's some serious stars on that roster.
Well, I'm looking forward to go back. I was down on the film. I shot a bunch of video of today, but I also want to go in and watch the SEC Network's version of it.
Yep.
And see a lot more. We're gonna have some more breakdown early in the week of this spring football game as well. But again, probably the number one thing too, besides the recruiting, is that you didn't have any big injuries today.
That's true. That's the number one thing you look out of all spring ball. And I think the only player to get hurt this spring was Major Burns.
Right, and that ankle will be fine.
He'll be fine.
So
Brian Kelly has this approach of not taking it too seriously. If you're banged up, yeah, we could throw you out there, but I'm not going to. Why risk re-injury? And that's the exact mentality you need. Guess what? Mason Smith, he doesn't need these reps. Let him heal. Let him get out there, because come fall, he's going to need to play.
all right, guys. I think we're going to end it here. I'll be back live Wednesday night. I'm assuming Buddy Sanji will be with me. Well, actually, he said he might take the week off. We'll see if he changes his mind. If he does, we may do a recruiting show, or I'll get another guest in. But we'll have another big TigerBait live show. And, of course, we're busting at the seams on TigerBait.com. If you're not a subscriber with us, go subscribe. You can try us out for $1. And, again, always choose the annual package. You're getting 3 months free versus going monthly with TigerBait Premium. All right, guys, y'all have a good rest of the weekend. Enjoy the weather, and we'll see you on the TigerBait message boards.
See y'all later. Thanks for taking